Okay, so we're going to talk about Diesel's training so we can stay consistent at home. So I know you have a prong collar already, so we're going to use the prong collar whenever he's on leash. That way we can kind of guide him as needed. We need to transfer the training over in Diesel's mind to your home, not just from here. So we will need a little assistance by having a leash and sometimes using a pop and release to guide him when he's not making the right choices. So that's how we're going to use the prong collar. Then we're going to use the remote collar. That way we can kind of start to work away from needing the leash so much and just using the remote collar to communicate and give corrections when needed. So let's go over how to turn on the remote collar so we can kind of discuss that and then all of his commands. So the collar itself has a little red dot, and on the remote has a matching red dot to turn the collar on. It's right here. We're going to touch the two together, and you're going to see a green light. That means the collar's on, charged, ready to go. So it'll flash green every few seconds to let you know that it's still on. The remote has a button, not a magnet. So you're going to push and hold the back button back here. That way you see the screen lights up, so you know the remote is on, so you can use the remote collar combo as needed. So we're going to take all the commands and use them for different situations for Diesel. That way he can be comfortable, confident, and a lot less anxious. So when he has someone to look at and say, hey, what do you want me to do here? He's going to be a lot less stressed because he's trying to figure it out on his own. And instead of doing that, we're just going to tell him, hey, this is what we expect. This is what you need to do in XYZ situation. So let's go over loose leash walking. Whenever we take Diesel on a walk, especially if it's around, other people out in public, we want to make sure he's in the heel position. Heel means walk next to me on a loose leash. When he's doing the right behavior, good boy, praise, petting, treats. We want to encourage that behavior because we don't want him to just think, oh, I just have to and it's no fun. We want to encourage him with the rewards and let him know, hey, you do this, good things happen. If not, though, if you choose to ignore the command or start to walk too far ahead of us, we are going to use the remote collar and the prong collar to correct that behavior, so we follow through with our commands. So heel means walk next to me on a loose leash. If he tries to walk ahead, we're going to say no, push the black S button right here, and then tell him heel. So we're saying no, we're saying, hey, that action's incorrect. We're following through with the remote collar. Then we remind him of what the command means, or what the command is. So he understands heel means walk next to me on a loose leash. So we're saying, hey, you made a mistake. Remember what you're supposed to be doing. With the prong collar, there's no constant tension on the leash. It's a nice loose leash. So whenever we use the prong collar, it is a quick tug and relax. So no, pop the leash, push the button, or vice versa, and then remind him of what the command is. So when you're on a heel walk, not all of it has to be heel. You can tell him free. Free means you're released from this command. You can go sniff, but I wouldn't let him just walk freely down the sidewalk because if someone pops out of nowhere, he could get intimidated and then he doesn't know what to do. So we want to make sure that most of the walk is nice and structured, heel next to us. Then we have sit. Sit is pretty self-explanatory. It means stay until he's told free or heel because one command can break another. So sit means stay is implied until he's told free or heel. So for example, going through a doorway, you'll have him sit and either heel through the doorway together, or you'll tell him sit and then walk through the doorway and then tell him free. Sometimes a little reminder is helpful before you actually go through the threshold of the door. So having him sit, and then before you walk through the doorway, you remind him sit, because if you just walk through, he might think, oh, you want me to heel, and just assume without you actually saying anything. Dogs are kind of lazy. They would rather look at what you're doing than listen to your verbal commands. Then we have down. Down means lay down and stay, and we're going to use that when we don't have a place bed available or when we need Diesel to just chill out for a second. But we're going to use place for calm in the house, so we'll go over that here in just a second. So down means lay down and stay. If he does, great, praise, pet, treats. One of those or all three is appropriate in any given situation. And then when you're going to leave him and you want him to stay, rather than saying the command stay, you would just tell him down. Because again, down is stay is implied until he's told free or heel, because one command can break another. So if you want him to stay, give him a verbal reminder down and then walk away or do whatever you were doing. Or if you're having him in a down, and let's say you're at a dog-friendly patio restaurant and someone walks by, just give him a little verbal reminder, down. That way he sees a distraction, he gets that verbal reminder, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be laying down. That way you don't have to correct. Reminders are helpful so that you don't have to give a correction, but if he breaks the command and gets up, no, down, you still have to follow through because he understands that down means stay until he's told free. Then we have place. Place is going to be the command that we're going to use in the house when people come over and to give Diesel a chill spot. It almost replaces the settle exercise where we have him just lay on his side and relax. So we tell him to go to place. That's his chill zone. Whenever we reward him on place, put the treat on the bed. That way he's used to knowing that the treats come from the bed. So whenever you have guests over and you do that exercise where he doesn't quite know them and they walk within about 3 feet of the bed to start and then they toss a treat, he's used to looking at the bed for that reward so he can get used to new people in a nice calm setting, and that's not overwhelming for anybody. So place means stay on that elevated boundary until he's told free. Now with place, I don't free from a distance. I always go back to him, good place, pet, praise, treats, whatever, and then tell him free. This will create a really solid play stay, so he'll know even if you're across the room and accidentally say, buy one, get one free, he's not going to just run over and get off of the bed. So that's really important. If he gets off of the bed, no, give the correction, place. Now in the house, you'll use the leash a little bit. That way you can guide him back to the bed if he makes a mistake and gets off and then isn't really sure what to do. Plus, it's really helpful to have a leash on him to start. That way you can transfer the training from here to in the home much easier with a leash, helping him and guiding him with that. Then we have leave it. It's a little different for Diesel. So leave it means two things. If he's going for your sock or something, you can say leave it. If he doesn't, leave it alone. Leave it. You don't have to say no, but you can if you want to. It's also the command we're going to use for his food exercises. So when someone approaches his food bowl, we want him to leave it, leave his food bowl, get a treat over here, and then that person leaves. Okay, so he's thinking, okay, someone approaches, if I leave my food bowl, I get to go get something better, hot dogs, treats. And then when I'm told okay, I go back to my food bowl. So leave it kind of has two meanings for him in this scenario. So we have heel, loose leash walking, sit, stay is implied until he's told free, doorways, when you stop walking, things like that. Down, lay down and stay until he's told free. Place, stay until he's told free. We don't free from a distance. And then leave it. I don't think I went over come when called yet. So then we have leave it for the food and different items like that. Then we have come when called. So like I mentioned, all of the commands should be practiced with the leash on first. That way if he gets confused, you can use the leash, reel him in as needed. But let's say you're practicing out and about, you have the leash on as just a safety net. So it's like a 30-foot leash. He's just able to explore. Come. He comes to you, good boy, you praise as he's running to you, you have him sit and you reward. You're going to reward this command the most because it's one of the most important commands because he could put himself in a dangerous position if he doesn't come to you when you call. If you have to correct, so let's say he's sniffing a flower over here, you call him to you, come, he doesn't, no, come, repeat the command, then he comes to you, you still reward. Now that's the only difference between come and then all the other commands. If he gets a correction for doing any other commands, you don't immediately reward because then it's like saying no, yes. But for come when called, he got the correction over there. We're still the fun guy. We're still the fun person. We still reward you. You don't want to correct him for coming to you because then he won't ever do that. You're getting a correction for not listening, but then when you do, good job, here's your reward, praise, petting. Then you can tell him free, he can go explore again. The more you practice these commands, the better he will become. We've laid the foundation for Diesel, but now it's time to build on top of that foundation. So it takes a dog anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to learn a behavior, more if we have to work around distractions, and then 4 to 6 months or 500 repetitions for him to be proficient at that command. So you want to keep in mind, practice these a little bit every day so he can keep building on top of it because he remembers what life was like before training and he might try and revert back to those old behaviors, and we want to prevent that. That way he can be nice, calm, cool, and collected. So have fun, stay consistent, and now we're going to show you Diesel's commands. Down. Good boy. Down. Good down. Good down. Down. Free. Good job.
Shepherd collie, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, because I can tell you first.
Okay. Go ahead. A little closer. Leave it. Good boy. Leave it. Boy. Okay. Go ahead. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Wait. Sit. Okay. Okay. Leave it. Good boy. Leave it. Good. Okay. Leave it. Good boy. Good job. Good job. Okay. Good boy. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. No, stop. Okay. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Okay. One more time. Leave it. Good job. Sit. Go ahead and approach his bowl and toss a few treats in it. Sit. Sit. Okay. Good job. We'll do one more actually. Go ahead and walk up to him. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy, I know. Last couple bites. Good. Okay, go ahead and finish up. Good job. Good boy. Okay, leave it. Good job. Awesome. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. No. Sit. Good job. Place. Go to place. Good boy. Place. Good place. 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 Good boy. No attempting. Place. Good boy. Free. 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 You can get the toys. You can get the toys now. Good job. Okay, so now that we've gone over all of Diesel's commands, it's time to go over the rest of the features of this remote collar because it has a lot more than just the level 25. So that's what's working for Diesel right now. Diesel's level can change as he changes. So it can change with environment, it can change with his maturity level. So how to adjust that is this dial. So this dial right now will not change the level, it is locked into place. So what we do is we push down and hold it until the 1D is now flashing. So a few seconds. Now we can turn it down and we can turn it up to match what Diesel needs. So too high, Diesel's giving a huge reaction. Too low, you're having to push it over and over and over again to get him to listen. So you kind of have to base it on what's going on with him and how he's reacting. So I'll put it back to 25. So let's say he's not reacting to 25, try 30. Then if he's reacting too much to 30, go back to 25. And if 25 is too much, go down to 20. You kind of move in increments of 5. So once we have it on the level we want, we're going to push down and hold it until the 1D is solid. That way we don't accidentally turn it too high or too low when we're working with Diesel. So we did not go over the red button. This is for emergencies only. This is going to add 25 to whatever level is on the screen. So That is a big no-no button. So let's say you're practicing with him, you have him off leash, you've worked with him before, and all of a sudden he takes off towards the road. You're like, he's never done this before, he's gonna hurt himself. This is the, oh no, no, get him back. So you call him back, he doesn't listen. No, you've tried this, it's not working, he's distracted by a deer or something. You go into emergency mode. This is going to boost his level and snap him out of whatever he's got going on to where he's too distracted to listen to the normal correction. We've not needed this for Diesel, but you have it just in case. This is, again, big emergencies only. Don't push this button just for regular obedience. Then we have the T button over here. Sorry, the dogs are barking a little bit. This is vibrate. This can be used as like a warning for him down the road. Remember, 4 to 6 months, 500 reps, so I wouldn't use it before that time. Sorry, they're getting a little loud now. And then the M/C button changes it from momentary to continuous. You're not gonna have to use that. He is at momentary and that's where he needs to stay for now. One more feature, the flashlight feature. So the flashlight feature is on the on-off button. If you tap the on-off button, it will activate a flashlight and you can see him at night. That's just a pretty cool feature to have. So it's tap, tap, tap. Okay, and then to turn everything off, the on-off button, you're going to push and hold that until the screen is blank. So you do have to hold it for a few seconds, and then to turn the collar off, you tap the two together until you see the red light. Diesel can wear this 12 to 14 hours a day. Take it off at night. It is waterproof and reaches up to a half a mile. Just make sure if he gets wet that you take this collar off and you dry his skin thoroughly. That way he doesn't get a skin infection from having the wetness create a bacteria and lead a skin infection, because when he's wearing this, it does have to be snug. This does have a 2-year full warranty. There's a charger in here that can charge both the collar and the remote at the same time, and I'll show you where those are at. On the remote, it's on the back. And on the collar, it's underneath by the prongs. He has the extended prongs on because his hair is so long. The little black tool in this baggie is the tool to change the prongs, but they should be fine with the long ones. And then this has a little instruction manual if you want to go over all the buttons in greater detail, but we did cover all of that. Like I said, this does have a 2-year warranty, so if anything happens, you can get it replaced. And the contact info is on the box. So that way you can contact them and get it replaced if need be. So that's pretty much it for Diesel's collar. Sorry, they got a little excited back there. It's time to go outside right now. So they were just really excited, and I want to make sure that you could hear me in the mic. So if you have any questions, let us know. But have fun, stay consistent, and we'll see you later. Hi, Diesel. Free. Good boy. Free. You're so fast. So when I play with Diesel, when he comes back to me, I let him have it and just praise him and pet him. Because a lot of times you try and take the toy right away, so he doesn't want to bring it back. And then I trade him, treat for ball, and then we play again. Good job! Good job! So by letting him have it for a little bit and just kind of playing with him and petting him, he's more willing to bring the ball back. Yes, tummy scratches. And then I always trade him. Ouch. So he's not like he's losing anything, he's gaining treats. Breathe. Good job. Great job. So I don't reach for the ball right away. And then when he's done, I like to put a couple of rewards, hey look, over away from the ball, and then the game's over.